Now that you've gone ahead and brought the different portions of RLS down onto your timeline, track, quad, nature trail, I'd like to show you a number of the editing tools that will really let your video come to life. First, I'd like to go ahead and show you, you can go ahead right here, this is our playhead. So I'm going to grab this and slide it. Now, one of the ways you can view your film as you're building it is by hitting the spacebar. And the spacebar right now, I'm going to stop pulling the playhead. I'm going to hit the spacebar on your keypad, and you can play it. I hit the spacebar second time, stop, I hit again, plays it, hit again, stop. I'll tell you, I rarely use that. It's all about speed, and I like to view, quickly see how my film's going. I won't start playing it and using the spacebar until late in production. I've grabbed that playhead and I'm able to quickly see what I've done so far and go over the different scenes, see what little changes I've made. You can go ahead and drop this off anywhere you want. It's a much faster way to review your film by using that playhead instead of using that actual spacebar. Second, I'd like to go ahead and show you right now there's different ways that you can view this timeline. You can either be zoomed in and be doing really detailed work, or you can zoom out and get a whole, like here, see my entire production in front of me. Let's say I want to work on a specific part of the audio or video right here in the middle of the quad. Well, if I want to zoom in on this version of Final Cut, I come over here, and right here where there's a picture of a film strip, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on it, and it's going to give me these new options. One is how I want to view. So watch this as I click each one of these. I do like the way it's already set up by default, but watch how it gets narrower as I use these other ones. I'm going to leave it the way I have it, just like there, but you can change the view as you want it. You can also, I use this all the time. This is my zoom in, zoom out. So here I'm able to zoom in, get really detailed. So let's say I have to go down and work on the audio in one of these scenes. I'm now really focused down deep, down to the minute parts of a second that I can go ahead and make changes. Then if I want to see, so right here I can make an, let's say I want to make a cut right there, or as a bee is flying onto a flower, let's say the bee flies on right there and I want to have a title appear. Well, here, that exact point, I can find it here, versus watch, if I'm zoomed out, it's much more difficult when you're zoomed out to find exact spots. But it's really nice when you're zoomed out to be able to see the big picture of your entire production. So that's one of the perks of this zoom in, zoom out. I tell you, it's nice to know where it is because you will be using it all the time. This also changes the look. See how it makes it fatter, the clip, so you get a better idea or better picture of what the images are. So I'm going to bring that back down too because I liked it the way it was. Just right about there, I guess. I'm going to zoom this one in. I'm going to grab my scroll bar. There, I now have my production filling most of it. Next, from changing a view of the timeline, I'm going to go ahead and show you that you can actually right here go ahead and start editing down some of these clips that you've created. Okay, so I scroll through this first clip, and let's just say I want it to end right about there, after the person that, right there. I have all the students in, I have Mr. Paul's there. I'm going to click, and here is now my playhead appears here when I click inside this timeline. So I'm going to come up here, down here, and I can grab the edge of this right now and go, you know, that's where I want to, so I go click, hold, drag. This is where I want to make the end of my film, and right there it snaps right onto that line. Perfect. And let's say I want to do the same for the front. I want to grab on, you know what I want to do? In this one, is it good? There we go. Let's say I want it to be right after he turns. There, that's where I want the film to begin. So he's walking, right when he turns where I want it to start, and now that's the clip that I have. It starts from where he's already turned to I'm just past, I can view his entire class. Okay? Now you can do this with all the different clips. Grab either side to bring it in or bring it out. So when you're bringing in the clips up here from the browser, you don't have to be perfectly exact up there. Down here, you can make some really exact edits, especially when you'll have this to be able to zoom in and zoom out on specific parts. I'd like to show you a number of the editing tools though, and some of them are, where they are hidden, is right here, this arrow and the drop down. And you should try each one of them. They're very, very useful. First one, select tool. Select tool allows you to grab and move clips. So I'm going to take this one, move it like this. Whoops, you get that. So I can take a clip. Let's say this clip here. So I click on it, or I highlight this clip, I highlight this. So I'm just selecting my clips. I'm going to go click, hold, drag, and let's say I want to put it down here on the end. You know, I want to undo that. I can come up here and go edit, undo, move, or on your keybar, edit, undo, move, or on your keypad, you can go ahead and do Command Z. If you look at your keypad, you'll see it. I'm going to hit Command Z and Command Z and see how it automatically undoes it. It's the most useful tool when you're editing. When you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Edit, undo, and it'll get you right back to where you were. So that select tool, I'm going to go click, hold, drag. How about this time I want to put it in between the next two clips. See how when I pick it up, I bring it over, and see how it jumps open? Ta-da! How about if I want to take this clip here, or how about this clip here, and I want to put it in this break here. I go click, hold, drag, and watch, I'm bringing it down. It's going to separate the two clips. There it goes. It's separated, and at that point, all I do is release it, and automatically puts it between the two. Try it. Next tool, select. And I'm going to go ahead, and we've already done select. Oh, trim. Trim is what we've already done right here. So you can grab the end of any one of these clips. Okay? And you can go ahead and trim that clip down. I'm going to go ahead, next one, position. I wouldn't worry about position. Range selection can be useful. Let me get neutralize. Click off. Put my pin. Range selection can be useful because watch, I can do, let me get into range selection. Am I there? And now I can go click, hold, drag. Let's say I want it from that section to that section. Okay? And at that point, I can go ahead and hit the delete key. Gone. It's now deleted that entire middle section. What if I want to undo it? You know what to do. I'm going to hit Command Z on the keypad or edit, undo. There's the Command Z on the keyboard. There, I have my selection back again. What if, let's try the next one, blade. I use blade all the time. Let's say on this clip here, I'm making this up. I have this, I'm looking at the clip, and I want it to stop right before we get to the hothouse, okay? Right before the turn. How about right? So we do the pullback, and see how it's moving? Right there. That's where I want to do it. I come in here, I go blade, I cut. It's going to cut. See how it's going to snap right to the line and snaps. It's right on that line. I do the cut. Now, I just clicked and I cut it. It's now two separate pieces. I go to the select tool. Let's say is this the side I want to delete? See how I made a cut now? It separated the two. Now with the select, I can hit delete. Gone. I really didn't want to delete it, so I'm going to go edit, undo again. I just wanted to teach you that skill. So please try it. Please slicing something. And then you can edit, undo it. I'm going to do this again. Edit blade. There, my clip is back. Okay? I'm going to come and here's the zoom tool. Zoom tool is the exact same as that one that you had in here, but it's just another place to go get it. So you can zoom in. And what if you want to zoom out? Zoom out is just the opposite. I'm going to hold down the option key. Is it my option key? Yeah, it is. And I'm now going to zoom in. So I can click and zoom in, hold the option key at the same time, and now I can zoom out. It's the same skill as this skill over here where you're able to zoom in and zoom out. Just maybe a faster way of getting there. Hand, I rarely use the hand. Whoops, let me bring myself. And the hand, where the selection tool allows you to move clips, the hand tool lets you to move the actual timeline itself back and forth. I usually just grab this down here instead of coming up here and grabbing the hand to move the timeline back and forth. And watch, if I go selection tool, see how when I'm grabbing, it doesn't move anything. Selection tool can only move the clips. So those are the different editing tools. Please try them, play with them. If there's a change you don't like, hit edit, undo, and even if you accidentally delete something you don't like, you go, oh no, don't worry about it, because remember, you have all the originals sitting up here waiting for you. You can always just drag it back down again. Let's move on to the next skill. This one we're going to learn about snapping.